What's up, YouTube? I just want to talk about a new shotgun I picked up. It's a Beretta A400 Xtreme Plus. I have an A300, great gun. This is a completely different animal. It's a completely different gun, but I'm really happy with it. I went out today and shot a little over 100 rounds, and it was flawless. It felt great. If anything, I made mistakes. So I called my buddy Joe at Tactical Plus Firearms. I recommend him. He's a great guy. He'll take care of you. I'll put his information below. And if you need anything, he will take care of you. He got me this in about 2 days. It was pretty quick. You know, he shipped it over to his place, and I went over and picked it up. I'm excited about it. So I just wanted to talk about a few features on it. Let's start down here. First of all, like any gun, let's make sure it's not loaded. So here, I like to visually and physically inspect that it's not loaded. Okay, so let's start down here. Length of pull. Obviously, length of pull is something that everyone should know about. There's a few adjustments right here that can make you a better shooter before you even go out there and practice a ton, which everybody should. And I married a competitive trap shooter, and I learned about all these things. So before, I just thought a gun was a gun. Not the case. So length of pull is the end of the stock to the trigger. If it's too long or too short, it can definitely affect your shot, and something I would look into. Beretta comes with a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch spacer. I just kept a 1/2 inch in there. It feels good. Comes with a soft comb, which feels good on your face, nice and cozy when you're out there shooting. I've never had a problem before with other guns, but it does feel good. It's a nice touch. A lot of people are asking me if this is adjustable. When I send them a picture of the gun, this is not an adjustable stock in the middle here. This is the Kickoff Mega system. There's 2 hydraulic dampeners. So when you shoot, this actually closes in and it just absorbs some of the recoil. It's not a huge deal. Today it felt great, but it was target loads. I'm really curious to see what it's going to do in February when we're shooting geese with big loads. You know, there's also a Kickoff 3 system right here. So when the bolt goes back, like it is now, it goes back and just absorbs some of that recoil, just to make it can't hurt anything. So I figure, you know, I'm happy about it. 2 adjustments I made. Most guns come for right-handed people, and I understand that, because 99% of the population, or whatever, maybe a little bit less, is right-handed. But I'm southpaw, my dad is, my sister is, my brother-in-law is, so there might be more than I think. But I adjusted the cast and comb height. So at first, this stock was a little bit higher, so when I mounted the gun, I was looking down on that rail, right on that rib, and it was just too high. So I had to shove my face down into the comb, which beats the hell out of your cheek. So I put a 65mm drop in there, and I put it back together, and it's perfect. When I pull it up, I'm looking right down that rib at 2 different beads. There's a mid bead, which I'll talk about in a minute, and a fiber optic bead. So that's exactly where I need it. One thing that's really nice also is I flipped the safety around. So I put a left-handed safety on there instead of right-handed. It's pretty simple. There's instructions online. Beretta has instructions. It says to have a gunsmith do this stuff, but they have YouTube videos put on there from Beretta, so I just follow those, and I feel fine about it. So I adjusted the safety. One thing I want to say about this really quick is my wife's grandpa always tells me, don't let anyone else use that gun, because they've been hunting for 20, 30, 40 years, and their safety doesn't work like that because they're a right-handed shooter. So it's something to think about. You know, if you're a left-handed shooter and you switch that safety, be careful. Don't just hand it to your friend. Someone can seriously get hurt or killed. So here you have an oversized mag well, or loading well, if you want to call it that. This takes 2 3/4 inch up to 3.5, which is nice. They make this a little bit bigger, so if you do have gloves on, it's easier to load. Also, on the end of this plate, the A300, you can get your thumb stuck in there. I have, and it hurts like hell when you're loading. So they extended this a little bit so you don't have any thumb bite when you're pulling it out. It's just a nice little touch. If I flip it over here, you'll see the extended charging handle. That's never been a big deal to me, but you know, I've hunted with the A300 in South Dakota in 10-degree weather with gloves. Never had a problem with it. But with that being said, it doesn't hurt anything. It is more ergonomic when you're shooting, so it doesn't bother me. Even as a left-handed shooter, it doesn't affect anything. It doesn't go near my face. One thing I do like, you know, to be honest, is this bolt release right here. It's a minor thing, but it's a huge deal, because when you're in that same setting I was talking about, and it's snowing on you, and it's 7, 10 degrees, your hands are freezing, your thumbs are numb, and you're trying to press a little button and load your gun in the middle of a cornfield, it's nice to have a big button like that, even when you're wearing gloves. I mean, it's really nice. So that's something I like. You'll see here that it's drilled and tapped for a scope. If you want to go turkey hunting, you can put something on there. That's fine. This is called the blink system, and I guess it shoots, you know, faster than the blink of an eye or whatever. It's the fastest gas operating system that Beretta has. I'm sure everybody has their own. This is just theirs. Has a rotating bolt head, and it shot great today. So had no cycling issues at all with light loads, and I guess that was the break-in. And if we move down, this is the Stellium Plus barrel, which has a longer forcing cone than most barrels. Usually, historically, Beretta only put them on competition guns. In this case, they started introducing them to hunting guns. It's supposed to, again, lower recoil. This is the 4th or 5th thing down here that lowers recoil. And it's supposed to give you a more consistent, even pattern. I tell you what, I put a modified choke on there at 30 yards. And this is what I got. So, I didn't mark every single shot, but it's just an even blanket. I mean, it's a beautiful pattern, and I was happy with that. I did that once before I went trap shooting, and I was happy with it. So you'll see a 7x7mm stepped rib. Some people like it, some people don't. Felt good to me. They have a mid bead on here, which is a little bit different. I haven't seen that on a lot of hunting guns, but it doesn't bother me. And then there's a fiber optic bead on the end. So that's nice. One thing I want to talk about really quick, this is my only problem, my only complaint so far, is this B-lock system's nice. It's a quarter turn, and then you take it off. You can break your gun down, clean it if it's snowing or sleeting or whatever. But this is a cheap piece of plastic. So you spend a lot of money, you get the high-end thing, you know, you get the Cadillac or the Lamborghini, and then it comes with a cheap piece of plastic. Now, with that being said, a lot of guns come with plastic, but if you go on Google, a lot of Beretta A400 owners are having problems with this. This is breaking while they're hunting. And I'm going to buy an aftermarket metal one before this breaks, because I'm not going to put a picture online saying my hunt's over because I broke this plastic cap. And the sling swivel wears a groove at the top of that, and over time, it's under spring pressure, it pops. So I'm not going to deal with that. I've called Beretta twice. I'm going to get a hold of them Monday. If they don't have anything, I'll go to Briley. They make them. So I'm going to get a hold of them, and hopefully one with a swivel sling adapter there, because I like wearing a sling when I'm pheasant hunting and walking a mile back to my truck. So that's the only complaint. The only complaint. Otherwise, this thing's awesome. It comes with 5 chokes, which is pretty awesome. So it comes with cylinder, improved modified, and a full. So these are the Optima HP extended chokes. They're the black edition. They sell them online. You can buy them individually, but just remember, if you have an A300, that's a mobile choke system, not the same thing. These are a lot longer, different thread pattern. It won't work. Even if you try to put in your A300, it won't work. So, but it comes with 5 of them. Nice option. Comes with this really nice case. You know, it's a good presentation, I guess you want to call it. But the thing shot great for me today. I'm excited to get out there in the snow and mud and rain and everything else, and I'll be hunting with this for at least the next decade. This is going to be my go-to. So I made an investment, and I'm excited about it. That's pretty much all I got to say. I'm not trying to sell it to you. There's a lot of graded guns out there. If you have a Browning or a Stoker, Benelli, whatever you want to shoot, that's great. I shoot Beretta, and this is going to be another test here on the A400, and we're going to see how it goes. So be safe, have fun out there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.